Okay, before I get started with this video, I just want to point out that I understand that the purpose of the video that I'm reviewing, John wanted to display that the base axle for his gyroscope is sensitive enough to counter the rotation of the Earth and hold its position, even though the manufacturer has stated differently. And although John was not intending to display a rotation of the Earth, it is impossible just to turn it off during this demonstration. So ultimately, this yielded not only the intended turntable-like test on the clock mechanism, but it also yielded a 2-hour Earth rotation test. And possibly something a little bit worse. So, John Savage produced another gyroscope video, because despite the manufacturer's statements, he claims that the gyro's gimbal, which is not on ball bearings, it is just metal on metal, is sensitive enough to allow the gyro to counter the rotation of the Earth in its stock form. Now, of course, when this video came out, Globebusters jumped all over it, because they love to mirror anything that's got a test in it without actually checking to see if the test is valid or not. Now, why would they do that? Oh yeah, I forgot. First, let's talk about the gyro. The gyro is quite fine construction, and the gyro itself has an axle that sits on ball bearings for smooth action. However, the gimbal has no bearings. It relies on fine machining and smooth surfaces, this allowing the pivots in the motion. And when used, is a hard plastic washer. But all these points cause friction. There was somebody who commented on one of John's other videos, and he even went as far as to contact the manufacturer to find out what the manufacturer says about the gyro's ability to sense the rotation of the Earth. The manufacturer wrote back and even said, basically the gimbals have all metal-to-metal joints, which will cause too much friction. So John came up with a relatively clever idea by mounting the gimbal on what would normally be the hour hand of a clock mechanism. And it did produce action and movement, but I don't think it's really the way he originally intended. Myself and others have expressed concern with the motor cable and how it may be, in a way, anchoring the gyro against the very slow rotation of the Earth, as this cable is present and attached in every test. You can see in small bits of the manufacturer's video that with the gyro spun up, its direction and orientation can be very easily manipulated with the motor cable. And while a gyro can maintain a rigid place in space, I think we can all agree that a gyro does not have a memory, meaning once a gyro is moved to a location, it does not try to return to the previous location. I think that's pretty much common knowledge. The rotation of the Earth is a constant movement, without acceleration or deceleration. A battery-operated clock, however, moves in pulses, with small exertions of acceleration and deceleration, creating the ticking hand and the moving hours and minutes along with it. These short bursts of mechanical force actually occur many times faster than Earth's rotation. And one other thing, a battery-operated clock mechanism, the hours and minutes are cylinders, and the seconds is actually a pin in the middle. It makes for simple construction. You will notice a sway, almost a relocation of the gyro's base, showing the minor discrepancy of him attaching the gyro's base just a touch off center. So all in all, there's a reason why he showed this at the speed that he did with about 2 or 3 cuts. I put it together. Now please also know that I've synchronized the timing so it turns into one smooth 2-hour time lapse. Pay particular attention to the much sped up version towards the end.
Pause it, fast forward and rewind. Pause it, fast forward and rewind. Pause it, fast forward and rewind.
Main power activated. Bang your head to the music.
it, fast forward and rewind, pause it, fast forward and rewind, pause it, fast forward and rewind.
Main power activated. Bang your head to the music.
Pause it, fast forward and rewind, pause it, fast forward and rewind, pause it, fast forward and rewind.
Main power activated.
Mission completed.
So ultimately, what you see here is you see a jerking motion. The jerking motion is the gyro being pulled back to its previous position by nothing other than the cable, proving that the cable offers more resistance than what is being allowed by the gimbal base, meaning that Earth's rotation is not strong enough versus the cable which is anchoring it to the table. Even though it's loose, it is still just heavy enough and just springy enough to hold it into place. So thanks for the 2-hour test and finally showing what I have commented on this and several other mirrors, saying it's the cable that is failing the test. Y'all have a nice day.
Oh my god.